Okay, it's time for a battle of years. 1792 versus 1920. Who's gonna win? We're gonna find out. Hey, welcome back. Another whiskey versus video for you. I got two Kentucky bourbons for you today. First up is 1792 Full Proof. This bourbon comes in 125 proof, 62.5% alcohol. The mash bill is undisclosed, but is rumored to be about 75% corn, 15% rye, and 10% malted barley. Very similar to its competitor, Old Forester 1920. However, this is a very, very good, thick bourbon. I am interested in how this stacks up with 1920. Next up, we know it, we love it. It's Old Forester 1920 Prohibition Style, 115 proof, 57.5% alcohol. The mash bill is 17% corn, 18% rye, and 10% malted barley. Very similar to the 1792. And you guys know I love this bottle. It is very sweet, very thick, very viscous, very chewy. Very curious which one of these comes out on top. Let us find out. So same whiskey style, different distilleries. I'm gonna see which one of these I like more today. I'm gonna start nosing with Old Forester. I'm familiar with it, I like it a lot, and I think it's a little more fair to have it this first and then come back with this one. So get this nose here. Yep, cherries, vanilla, oak spice, caramel, everything you want. Really sweet, not too bitey, even though it is 115 proof. This is a little more proofy though, so we're gonna see, but little of orange zest, toffee, just a little bit of smoke. I really do love Old Forester, and in fact, these two are around the same price as well, so it's gonna be really close here. Ooh, I'm getting a bunch more cherries from the 1792 here, a little less of those sweet characters. There is less corn in the Old Forester, which is weird that I got more sweetness out of that. You would assume I get a little more caramel from the extra corn than 1792. But they are very similar noses. I'm gonna say I do get just a little more ethanol. It is 5% more alcohol here, but it's not scaring me away. It's a little less of a smooth nose, but it's a good nose. It has a lot of vibrant notes to it. I do love the more fruity aspect of this nose. That one over here, the Old Forester, you guys know I love it, but it is a little more sweet forward, a little less of the spicy fruit that you get. I'm getting a lot more fruit forward here. And talk about dark red fruits are really indicative of deep sweetness. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, I hate to do this to Old Forester, but right now, this nose is so much better for me right now. And that's why I started with Old Forester, because I have a massive bias. If you've seen my review scores, that one's almost perfect, and I'm going to re-review that one later. But for now, I'm going to give the nose score to 1792. This is my first foray into this specific whiskey, and I got to say, it is blowing me away. I think the Full Proof is very solid, so this one's going to win the nose. For the palate, I think it's also fair to start with Old Forester because this has less alcohol. So I had this one first. This will just still be lingering a bit longer, so I'm going to start with the Old Forester. God, I love this whiskey. Very peppery, a lot of brown sugar, a lot of baking spices. More baking spices than the nose actually, but it is just like an entire baking cupboard. Open it up, chocolate, brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, just everything that's goodness and savory that you can think about putting in the glass. It is right there. Really thick, really chewy. That finish is gonna sit on that tongue like a nice little film. I said in my review, it is like a maraschino cherry vibes here, and I know I'm probably in for more chewiness when we get over to 1792. So, let's waste no time. Now, I'm not cleansing, I am lazy, but you know what? It's fine. They're very similar. So, let's see. Ooh. Much, much thicker. My goodness. Sorry. It's almost like it's stuck in your throat how thick that is. And that's only a 5% difference. Seriously, that is so cherry. It's almost like I just drank the syrup from maraschino cherry jar. Very fruity. Apples, cherries, raspberries, but also all of that extra sweetness. That corn's coming through now. It wasn't coming in through the nose, but it's coming in now. It is such a long-lasting whiskey. And it's still going down my throat slowly. It is crazy. I really thought Old Forester was gonna kick this thing's butt, but oh my gosh, this is the opposite. I am sorry, dude, but this is very, very good. I'm gonna do 2 other sips because I just cannot let Old Forester go down this way. Yeah, it is. It is more of a subdued sweetness. It's definitely a smoother profile than this is. But I've graduated, I think, into a lot more like I like the bitier, harder hitting whiskeys. I mean, that is 115 proof. It is still very hard hitting, but this is just the next level. And it is very subdued and really well balanced. So I think if you're looking for that, go for Forester. The full proof here, 125 proof. Much brighter with that extra fruit and less of like direct sweetness, just more of a vibrant, richer texture and character going through with those extra cherries and apples and raspberries. Really nice darker red fruits here. I'm gonna give the Palate the 1792. This is absurd. I did not think this was gonna happen, but man, this thing is very good. So I'm gonna give the finish as a tie. This is why. The Old Forester finish is still just almost as long lasting as the 1792, but it gives you a lot more vanilla, some coffee, caramel, really nice sweet notes that really likes to linger with that extra nice thick film you get on your tongue. The 1792 finish is also very long, but it stays in your throat a lot longer. You get less of the sweet notes on that finish. You get more of the fruit and kind of like peppery pop it in there, and another filmy tongue. So both offer almost the same things, different flavors. So for me, I like both. So I'm gonna give them a tie. Whatever you want a sweeter, like I guess more delicate finish, I'd go for Old Forester 1920. If you really want that really aggressive, fruity, really nice thick finish, boom, right here. Depending on the mood of the day, and it is winter, I'm probably gonna hit this guy up a little bit more, but just all around, Old Forester is my guy. They both serve purposes, but for right now, tie the finish. Okay, value time. This is much harder to come by, but if you put it into a vacuum, it's basically the same price as Old Forester 1920 over here. Difference being, Old Forester 1920 is much more readily available. You can find it basically anywhere. This is underneath that Buffalo Trace blanket, but this was also a single barrel pick, so I'm not sure how often you can find the full proof, but if you can, it is the same price as Old Forester. So you just take what's in each bottle here and look at the price. I mean, I think they're pretty close. I'm not gonna give a winner here. I don't think that matters right now, but they are both really affordable whiskeys and have a great flavor on each. Sweeter, prettier and spicy, really thick, less thick, but also still very good. So overall. And the winner is, boom. I am very surprised. I honestly thought that Old Forester would kick this guy's butt, but man, 125 proof, 1792, this thing is fantastic. So thick, so fruity, so spicy, but it just lingers around. I love the finish here. This is better for cold weather, I would say. It is winter right now. This is better for just all around drinking. And if you can find both of them, they're both great for you. But I am kind of sad that Old Forester lost here, but I am also happy that I gained another love for a new bourbon because I've been getting more into bourbon lately and I found another good one. So that's awesome. If you like this video, give it a like. If you like these whiskey versus videos, let me know. If you have two you want me to compare, comment down below. I love comparing whiskeys. It's super fun. I want to do a lot more of these videos. If you like the videos plus more, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.